well, G, I guess. But I just did a video. I think I've done a couple tonight. I don't remember if I did one this morning. Um, Honestly, I went to check my messages about something else from the same person, but that's not what she sent me. She sent me a picture of a kitchen where she's staying, and basically, oh, we got a like right away. Cool, cool. Curious who we got watching? Where are you watching from? If it's your first time, all that good stuff. Um, so I just got a message. Well, first of all, when we arrived home the other day, not that they're famous, although they are a very musical, like, immediate family, like the parents and their kids and this and that, which are now kind of adults. But there was a business near our place, and I haven't seen the one guy in ages, but I think I recognize one of my distant family members. Anywho, but I'm a very family-oriented people. I just don't have that kind of family. Anyway, sorry, that was off topic, and it looks like I lost the person that was here, perhaps. But it is getting late, or maybe they're back. But I did want to state, it is getting late, but I do want to state that, so I just got this email message that my mother on vacation, and she's there for 2 more days, or at least one, says that she wanted to send me a picture of them with Anne Murray, Canadian, I don't know what genre you'd call her, to be honest. That's interesting, I don't really know. Crooner? I don't know. Anywho, I don't know the details behind it at the moment, but they met Anne Murray. Are you familiar with who that is? Certain age groups may or may not be. I don't know if she's done a lot musically recently. I think she has. I don't think she was on American Bandstand. I think she's too young for that. But, and then one time my mother for work had a conference, and there was a keynote speaker that was there, and I was with her on that trip. This was a number of years ago, but I figured I'm not going to likely, because it was going to be early or whatever, not going to likely run into her beforehand. I think I tried to suggest my mother, try and, tell her about me or something like that. But either she didn't get the opportunity, or my mother's just not, she's a bit kind of shy like that. But Jan Arden was speaking at her conference, also Canadian, I believe, from Edmonton. That's where I'm kind of from, but not super close. But so she came back up to the room when we were staying at this hotel back then, and she said, she was on to her next, travels or whatever. And as cool as it is, it's like, I'm the one trying to make it in this industry. I'm the one that needs to meet these famous people, I mean, I maybe don't want to make it quite to the same level they are, and do you have any favorite Anne Murray or Jan Arden songs, or any other song requests? But those are kind of two that kind of come from my inspiration to do this video. Yeah, like I say, I it's cool that she got to meet them, but when's my turn to meet famous? And I have been a movie extra in some things, actually, but they keep the extras away from the bigger stars, the bigger celebrities, and it's hard to kind of connect with them. And like one I was in, it was a famous hockey announcer, so kind of a famous person, and it was just somebody playing the part of him. It wasn't actually him. I don't even know. He may not have even still been living. But I know that G has been in a movie. I know it's kind of a funny name, but has been in a movie with Hilary Swank and was actually in a scene with her. But isn't a big movie buff. Realized that it was her, I think. But again, they were doing the scene, and then they sent her off wherever and sent him off wherever. And, honestly, being on Barry's show would have done so great, though. But yeah, I'm curious how you came across the channel. If this is the first video you're ever seeing, I'll make sure that chat is on. I can't roll super late because I got to get my device plugging again, and I'm tired. That's weird. That's really weird. It's when I'm going to the chat options, it still says 2-in-1, but it's actually 1-in-1. It's like a watermark or something. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit jealous of my mother for getting to meet them. I don't know if she saw her do a performance or just ran into her. But I need to get out more, I guess. I don't know. But then again, I don't feel like if I did, and I have been a little bit lately, I'd run into famous people. I mean, we can't really count it, but it was interesting, and I did a video about it. I did have a couple of can they be this? Can they be both Mormon missionaries? Approached me the other day and had a little chat, but they're not really famous people, unless you count them as disciples of God. And I mean, but we all can be. Anyway, I lost you. Maybe I was stretching it a bit there, but whatever. I don't. I'm tempted to try it, but I don't. I could look them up, I suppose, but. But I might need some help. I might need some input as to how to get past the. Hi, Kranyas. How are you? Trying to figure out your image. First time to the channel? Are you the one that liked it, by the way? If not, feel free to like and subscribe. We've now got 3 of you here. Where are you watching from? Yeah, I might need some input as to how to get past the feelings of, with this particular example, of jealousy and, and it would be one thing, sorry, yes, sorry, first time. I'm confused. What are you sorry about? And what is your picture? I'm trying to figure out. It's kind of dark. And what is Kranyas? Is that a name? UNTV. Really? TV, phone, what's the difference, right? So where are you watching from? And the other two, don't be shy as well. Yeah, because then maybe I could round this off by doing a song by Anne Murray or Jan Arden. Oh. What inspired you to do that, to make that your picture? I'm a curious fella. I do have a bit of a joke, by the way. The universe remote doesn't control the universe, not even remotely. Haven't said that in a while. I was thinking about a place where I shared that with somebody recently. I remember. But yeah, if I could get past the kind of feelings that they got to run into these famous people and I didn't, and I'm actually trying to kind of make it in the industry a little bit, but it's a slow go, and even if we live in a place that's not Hollywood but kind of has a nickname that's kind of sometimes referred to as Hollywood, it's pretty far from. And the industry's mixy. I'd rather be in the music industry, I think, more than the movie industry, says someone who podcasts all the time. But, KKK. I hope that's not what I think you were saying. What do you mean by that? What did you mean? Oh, okay. Anywho, and whoops, I'm gonna have to plug this in. You may briefly lose me, but I'll be right back. Thought it was more charged. It was at 15%, but it was actually at 30. I'm a good man. Oh, I thank you about that. And you haven't seen the best of me yet, or the worst. No kidding. No, but I mean, I've certainly, like the previous video that I did tonight, I so needed to hear it there. But something's making you say it here, and I appreciate it. Yeah, Kranyas, it's an interesting word. I don't know if I know what it is or if it's a name. Anywho. But yeah, does anybody know Anne Murray songs or Jan Arden? They are Canadian, I believe. Yeah, both of them. I can't remember where Anne's from. I'll watch you for today. Well, I hope you'll subscribe and hit the notification button and watch me other days too. That would be great. Better than TV shows. No, just kidding. But depends on the TV show, I suppose. But yes, I'd love to do some music if you have a song request, and it makes sense to do it on those two singers. But if it's something else, I can try. But yeah, I would have loved to have sang with her, either of them. Like, my mother's so not a singer. I'm not surprised that she knew who they were. I don't know if my step would have. Definitely not of Jan, but maybe of Anne. Ironically, they rhyme. Anywho, I'm trying to think of some of her songs. I don't want to go. Okay, just a moment. Yeah, I'm just podcasting on YouTube and talking about somebody famous my mother met. There, as in there, you subscribed and liked. I appreciate your comments, by the way. It's always nice to get. Oh, perfect, great. Yeah, this channel is about uplifting. It's about doing music. It's about wellness, human behavior, a lot of stuff. Um, anyway, we got four of you here, and I'm thinking I should. Uh, I'd really love a song request on one of these artists, but I think I'll just look something up and see what we get. Do you want Anne or do you want Jan? Whether you've heard of them or not, and I'm curious if you have. Got four of you here. And then I might very, very briefly go away to let this Jan. Okay, have you heard of her? My dear friend Ray, who passed away, was in a high school choir that almost got to sing. I think almost, yeah. So we both almost got to meet her. Um, I don't know if you've heard of her before, but I mean, I'm thinking of a couple of her songs. One of them is actually, ironically, "Good Mother." I had a bit of a toxic one, so I'd say "Father." But you know what? She's improved in some ways, and we got a second like, so I appreciate that. I've got money in my pocket. If you donate, then I'll have more. But that's optional. And we have PayPal, but we don't have Cash App. We're the last one of you. Let's see here. Um, and a couple of her songs are definitely written as a more of a female perspective than it would feel. Not that they don't sing female songs, but it would feel a little bit awkward to sing it. I honestly think that I and maybe you, I don't know, I could be wrong, might know more Anne Murray songs. Um, I only know about 3 or 4 Jan songs. Yeah, so if you would be patient enough to, I don't know what time of day it is, where you're watching or where you're watching from, and I think it's still Cronius that we have with us, or Cronius. We've got 2 of you here, and thanks for the likes, by the way. If you will give me just about 10 minutes, maybe you can look up some of their songs and see if any of them sound familiar. I'm going to do the same, and I have to run upstairs very, very quickly because my system is distracting me, let's put it that way. So, and then I'll do a song. I'm going to look up some of her songs too. And yeah, also feel free to suggest how I can get past these feelings of, you know, as I mentioned, them getting to meet them but not me. I'll be right back. I appreciate you being here. I really do. this, and I took a look at Brandon earlier too. Brandon and because I kind of connect them. It would be so interesting to see my mother and my step in a picture with her. I'll be right back 5 minutes or tomorrow. Those are two different things. It looks like you're still here though. And I'm back, so it's interesting. I actually did Danny's song and I think Daydream Believer recently. Those are two of her. No, A Little Good News. I did. Like maybe gotta put some lotion on. Ooh. And the pump wasn't working, so I took the lid completely off and just got quite a bit of it. It's a Saturday, so he might be up there a little bit longer. I should have checked in with him, but see here. Kranyas, is that you back, or who do we got watching now? Glad to have you here. I'm just looking through some songs. She's got some like lovey-dovey ones, and I don't know if you'd like me to do such a thing. Could I have this dance, for instance? There's actually quite a few of hers I don't know. I'll have to look up. I still wish the very best for you. I wonder how the old folks are at home. I've heard of that. I didn't know it was her. She does a lot of covers too. But this doesn't say featuring. Well, I did sing a little bit there. It's nice that you said that if you're not back in a few minutes, you might come back tomorrow. It must be late there or whatever. But I'm glad you're going to come back tomorrow. If not in a few minutes. And you check out, hopefully, the live stream, because that's where I mostly am. But any of them. Ooh. So many things going on this other device right now. I want to see that post. I want to get back to that email. I want to look at those messages. I'm looking at these songs. It's all good, but how does one manage sometimes, right? So, that one's kind of a religious song. Not that, I just don't know if you'd want to hear it. Snowbird, I feel like you know. She does. She has a kids album too, actually. She has a kids album, so I mean, like Teddy Bear's Picnic. I'm pretty sure we all know. Maybe I'll do that one with G tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be raining, and that would be a good one on the flute. But first, I need to get past those feelings that I was mentioning. I wasn't joking. Mostly wasn't anyway. You're my sunshine, open up your heart. A tear, you wiped it dry. I was confused. But you know what? A lot of people sing well. It's true. It's true. So you got to stand out somehow. Question is how? How do you figure out how, and how do you do it? And do you? Because, I could have sang for her, and she may have said, oh, you got to give voice, So many talented people out there. Yeah, I know. And that's great. That's lovely. They make the world go round. But, I want to be doing more with it. I do. I don't know as many of her songs as I thought I did. Maybe I should go back to Jan for a moment then. Yeah. But then again, she covers quite a lot of songs too, so um, I can't think of any of them at the moment, but um, I appreciate your patience as I'm slow. It's late at night here, and it's been a podcasty day, kind of, and I was singing that one the other day, and I'd love to hear her version of it. Sure, again, it's religious. That might not speak to everybody, but I know the song. Son of a Preacher Man, I would love to hear her version of it. There's a song with the name Anna in it. Another Human Being. That sounds like an interesting song. Calling God. Oh my goodness. Hmm. I don't know if any of those are speaking to me, and quite honestly, I don't know if I have the energy to do music tonight. you know, I mean, I'm really glad that somebody's chatted and that it's gotten 2 likes. But now's your opportunity if you want to hear me do a song tonight to request one in the comments. Request 2 or 3 if you can. I know actually that Renan that was mentioned in a previous video, and I think in this one or the previous one, I mentioned I said, "Oh, what's your favorite music? Pick your top 5." I said, "Even that's a hard question." Um, and they were like 18 to 20 and 20 to 25 maybe. And when I said the one, which was a religious band that I had listened to earlier that day, they didn't seem like they'd ever heard of it. But so I'm just looking at my other device as well. I just saw someone say as an Egyptian, and it's kind of ironic because of the mummy and the thoughts of Philip, the teachers and this that earlier that I was having. But da 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 an Egyptian, oh da da da, hey oh, looking like an Egyptian. All folks in the marketplace say hey oh, hey hey oh, walk like an Egyptian. You know what else I could do? Oh, oh, oh. But I'm going to have to look into that song a bit more before I do all of it. Anyway, I might wrap this up.